My name is Greg Phillips, this is Travel Unpacked, and today we're exploring the brand new MSC World America. For over a decade, I've had the privilege owning and operating a travel agency, sending people on amazing adventures and experiencing countless journeys myself, including many unforgettable cruises. And that's what Travel Unpacked is all about, giving you the inside scoop and helping you plan your next great escape, but doing it in a fun and positive way. If you're passionate about exploring the world, whether it's from the deck of an incredible cruise ship or diving into a new destination, then you're in the right place. So what are we unpacking today? We'll get ready to dive into a full review of the brand new MSC World America. We'll be taking a deep dive into this groundbreaking ship and seeing everything that it has to offer, from its innovative design and thrilling onboard activities to the dining options and overall experience. So let's get started. It's kind of wild just how far cruise ship design has come in the last 2 decades since the megaship arms race kicked off. These are not just cruise ships, they're more like floating cities with a sense of purpose. The MSC World America is a great example of that sense of purpose. The layout is extremely open thanks to the Y-shaped structure, which isn't just there to look cool. It actually allows more natural light in, provides more cabins with ocean views, and allows for greater airflow.
We have architecture, also known as the jaw drop.
Is this the first time a megaship has opened up the aft of the ship in this way and dropped a 10-deck slide into it? Clearly not. But they've taken a good design and extended that feature as part of a full aft-to-bow public deck, which flows very nicely together. The ship itself is broken up into different districts with distinct characteristics. Now this feature may also feel a little like deja vu from other large classes of megaships, but it's obviously a successful formula which MSC has worked nicely into their own image and style. We'll talk more about this in a bit. From a point of view on the size of the vessel, as of its April 2025 inaugural, it is the 8th largest cruise ship in the world, based on a gross tonnage of 216,638 tons, which is a measurement of the internal volume of the ship, not its weight. It has a max capacity of 6,672 guests on board and a crew of up to 2,138. And of that max 6,672 guests, over 1,500 would be third or fourth guests. So if you're traveling at off-peak times, the number of people on board will certainly be lower. On board, it offers more than 413,000 square feet of public space. By comparison, that's about 7.2 full football fields with end zones, or about 9.5 acres of space. Will there be times that you find yourself in a crowd? Absolutely. But most of the time you're going to find it less crowded than you might think. Let's talk about accommodations for a minute because it's important to know where you're staying and what that feels like. With MSC, the starting point to this conversation is in determining what sort of experience you're looking for. With MSC, there are 4 different experiences: Bella, Fantastica, Aurea, and Yacht Club. They can be summarized like this. Bella, you're going to get a guaranteed stateroom location, your dinner dining time will be assigned, but you're getting the bargain price. Fantastica, you get to choose your own stateroom location, you can request a specific dining time. Your pricing levels increase as you get higher or nicer cabins on the ship. The Aurea, higher level services such as a private restaurant with anytime dining, priority boarding, and more. And finally, the Yacht Club. That's not a stateroom, that's a different universe. It looks like they took all the luxury from a James Bond movie, mixed it with the calm of a yoga retreat, and added a butler who somehow always appears with snacks. I don't know how they do it. You think about coffee and boom, coffee. Black magic? Maybe. Once you've decided on the experience that best fits your wants and budget, it's time to look at the room options. Generically, you have interiors, ocean views, balconies, and suites. But in reality, there are a number of options within those categories. There's been a lot of thought put into the design of the rooms to maximize the useful space. That's important to me. Nothing drives me crazier than dead space in an area that's not huge to begin with. Controlling the chaos of my own stuff immediately improves my zen. You want ocean views? You got it. You want to travel in a floating shoebox with bunk beds? There's a family cabin for that. There are also even solo cabins because sometimes you just want a vacation away from everyone, including your cat. And if you want to be pampered like the potentate you should be, try the Yacht Club. 50-50 it takes security to part you from your butler. The bottom line, you're not just booking a room, you're choosing a whole vibe. Chill, party, hide in your cabin like a gremlin watching ocean docs, they've got a stateroom for that. When you first get on a ship this size, you immediately wonder to yourself whether you need a map or a Sherpa to find where you're going. It's like a small floating city, but with better pizza and fewer pigeons. But luckily, the district layout of the ship helps you to successfully navigate without hiring a guide. There are 7 districts on the ship. The World Promenade, the terraces, and the World Galleria can be found on decks 6 through 8. The Aqua deck, the Family Aventura, the Zen Area, and the MSC Yacht Club sit on the upper decks. To note, seagoing folks are largely superstitious people, and cruise lines seem to follow that path. Most cruise lines avoid using a deck 13 because of the number being associated with bad luck. But this is an Italian cruise line, and Italians double down on their superstitions, so they also eliminate deck 17. The reason for this is that the Roman numeral for 17 is XVII, which is an anagram for Vixi, which means I have lived in Latin. The number is thus associated with death and is avoided. On a positive note, you can inform your friends back home that you took the stairs every day from deck 12 to 18 for breakfast and lunch, and they'll be far more impressed thinking it was 6 decks instead of 4. Back to the districts. Let's start with the World Promenade on deck 8 in the aft of the ship, which is basically a futuristic boardwalk built by someone who watched Blade Runner and said, but make it classy. LED lights everywhere, music playing from the sky somehow, and people just vibing. It's like Times Square if Times Square smelled like sunscreen and joy. We'll cover the food options in these districts a little bit later, which is pretty much the major focus of the terraces, so we won't talk too much about it here except to say that as you exit the World Promenade, you move seamlessly into the upper deck of the terraces. Descending a couple of flights of stairs to deck 6, you'll find the World Galleria, which sounds like it should be selling overpriced scarves and perfume samples, but it's actually one of the most extra, over-the-top, unnecessarily fabulous places I've ever walked through in flip-flops. First of all, the ceiling. The ceiling. This is a massive LED dome that constantly changes. Sunsets, starry skies, jellyfish just casually swimming overhead. I walked under it and genuinely forgot I was indoors. And it's not just a walkway, it's a full-on event space. There's live music, sometimes a DJ, sometimes dancers just appear out of nowhere like cruise ship ninjas. I swear one time I went to get a croissant and came back to a samba parade and a guy in stilts doing jazz hands. Like, what timeline is this? The bottom line here, the World Galleria isn't just a hallway. It's a theatrical experience disguised as a shopping center, wrapped in LED lights and served with a side of espresso. You don't pass through it, you get emotionally involved. On the upper decks, we'll start with the Aqua deck. This is your central pool area, surrounded by loungers and daydreams of never leaving. You have 2 distinct areas. The La Plage, which is the main pool area. It means beach in French, but without the accompanying sand. The second area is the Botanical Garden Pool. I find this more peaceful at night. Unfortunately, there's not a good avenue from the forward elevators to the main pool area or buffet, so you tend to have a stream of people walking by during the day. Next, we'll head to the Zen Area in the aft of the ship. This is where stressed out adults flee the sound of splash pads and steel drums to remember what silence feels like. It's the part of the ship where your kids are not allowed, and you can actually hear yourself think. The Zen Area is the unofficial sanctuary of introverts, honeymooners, and parents pretending they don't have children for at least 3 to 5 business hours. You'll see people meditating, napping, or just staring off into sea like they're pondering life's big questions. But really, they're just thinking about whether they want tacos or sushi for dinner. It's bliss. It's peace. It's adult recess, and no, you may not bring your toddler. And while parents indulge in the Zen, the kids, and big adult kids too, are living their best lives in the Family Aventura. They've got an aqua park, not a sad little slide next to a kiddie pool. No, this thing is like a water park that got hired by Disney. I went down one slide and came out in a completely different mood. It's like therapy, but faster and wetter. Then there's the Sportsplex. They've got basketball courts, bumper cars, and roller skating. I don't know who decided bumper cars and roller skates should happen at sea, but I salute their chaotic genius. And for the adrenaline junkies who like their fun with the side of, I might scream, there's the rope course. You strap in, climb across ropes dangling over the ocean, cling to a rope like it owes you money, and question all of your life choices up to that moment. And the piece de resistance, the cliffhanger, because apparently the phrase on the edge of your seat wasn't literal enough. So MSC went ahead and built a swing that launches you off the side of the ship. Not over the deck, not near the pool, no, over the ocean. Like, hey, you want to feel like you're about to yeet yourself into international waters for fun? Cool, buckle up.
In our last district, the MSC Yacht Club, this is the private area of the ship within a ship concept, where the Wi-Fi seems just a little bit faster, the towels seem a little bit fluffier, and the drinks just appear out of nowhere, usually just when you think about them. So even on the inaugural, one of the requirements is, as we're going through and we're touring this part of the ship, we're not allowed to take pictures of other guests, which makes it really hard to bring back footage for you. So you're going to have to look at me instead of nice, pretty pictures. So sorry. It's not so much a section of the ship as it is a floating VIP lounge for people who looked at the regular cruise experience and said, what if it were fancier, quieter, and smelled like eucalyptus? You can only enter the Yacht Club area by keycard, which is a little like going through a portal to another dimension. Suddenly, there's people calling you sir or madam with a straight face. There's a butler who seems to know your shoe size and your emotional state, and someone's offering you sparkling wine before you've even told them your name. There's a private pool area that feels like it's the setting for a luxury skincare commercial, and a restaurant where the food is plated in a way that it seems like it's auditioning for Michelin stars. Meanwhile, regular passengers are downstairs lining up for soft serve, and you're being served truffle risotto and a view that whispers, "You've made it." It's not just cruising, it's floating superiority, and frankly, it's fabulous.
All right, so dining on the MSC World America. Okay, buckle up, because it's not just grab a plate and go. It's a culinary obstacle course designed to test your willpower, your waistband, and your decision-making skills. You've got so many options, you'll spend the first 3 days just trying to figure out if you're in the mood for steak, sushi, tacos, or pizza. Let's start with the buffets. Yeah, plural. Plenty of options to satisfy even the fussiest diners like me. You go in for a light snack and emerge an hour later with a full plate, a new appreciation for carving stations, and possibly a churro in your pocket. No judgment. Then there are the specialty restaurants. Oh yes, MSC said, why not give you the fine dining experience every night? You've got Butcher's Cut Steakhouse that cooks your filet so perfectly it might ruin all other cows for you. There's Kaito Sushi, so fresh you feel a little guilty. And Kaito Teppanyaki, where the chef flips shrimp into his hat while roasting your in-laws and your vegetables. It's a dinner and a show and a mild existential crisis if you're not coordinated enough to catch flying zucchini. There's also Hola Tacos and Cantina, where I may or may not have blacked out from sheer happiness. Imagine cruising past Cuba while double-fisting carnitas and asking yourself, is this peak humanity? Yes. Yes, it is. And perhaps my favorite joint on the ship, the Luna Park Pizza and Burger. 24 hours of Italian pizza paradise with a side of American comfort food. It's MSC's answer to, what if we took your favorite boardwalk snacks and gave them a VIP pass? New on the World America are Eataly and Paxos. You can now dine on either side of the Ionian Sea and never leave Deck 8. Eataly brings authentic Italian cuisine to the high seas, while Paxos gives you a taste of a Greek island. And if you want to take your Mediterranean meal back to your cave, they even have a Paxos on the go. And we can't forget the main dining rooms. They're like the ship's elegant grandparents. Refined, consistent, and somehow always ready to feed you way more than you planned. It's formal dining with just enough flair to make you feel fancy, but still chill enough that you can order a second dessert without being judged, which, let's be honest, is why you're really here. In short, dining on the MSC World America is like starring in your own food reality show, Top Chef C Edition. You won't cook anything, but you will judge everything, eat too much of it, and wonder how it's possible to feel this full and still be considering seconds. If entertainment and activities are your ocean potion, MSC World America has you covered. The World Theater hosts spectacular shows like Dirty Dancing in Concert and Queen Rock Symphonic, bringing cinematic magic to the stage. If you're looking to have your funny bone tickled, try a visit to the Loft Comedy Club, where dueling pianos, karaoke, and stand-up comedians keep you belly laughing. Or visit the Luna Park Arena, where you can participate in family-friendly game shows and themed party like Miami Nights and Après, a Euro-Alpine party. Test your luck in the MSC Signature Casino or catch some live music next door in the Panorama Lounge. You'll end up winning one way or the other. For the younger crowd, Doremi Land is the largest kids space in the fleet, featuring dedicated areas for every age with plenty of Lego sets, immersive lounge areas, exciting virtual reality games. Teens can hang out at the MSC Sportsplex, racing bumper cars, competing in Zorball, or learning new skills at Drone Academy. Or if you're just looking for some peace and quiet, you can usually find a quiet corner on the upper decks, enjoying the night air, the stars above, and a peaceful ending to a fun day. In short, whether you're looking to unleash your inner daredevil, enjoy world-class entertainment, or just relax and rejuvenate, the MSC World America has something for everyone. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video today. If you enjoy traveling, you enjoy this content, please give us a like, do a subscribe, and continue following us as we bring you more content. Next week, we're planning on bringing you MSC's private island, Ocean Key.